So sad, but it's a victory in this. So it's sad for them. It's sad for the haters. It's sad for the ones who never wanted to give accountability. They can't face you. Now they cannot face you because they know they did you wrong. Here you've been loyal throughout the whole process. You've been there for them. Whatever they have asked of you, you couldn't have imagined turning them down, being available, giving them a word of encouragement in any type of way. Look, you was there for them even when they wanted to talk negative to you. You was there for them even when you asked them about, hey, do you know somebody that might can do my hair? Or, oh, I really like those shoes. I was looking for a pair of shoes like that. And guess what? They still played silent, like, oh no, I don't know nobody that can do that. Or if they did know of somebody that could do your hair, they'd send you to the wrong person that you know that they know you're gonna get messed up by. They'll say, hey, I know where this one spot is at where you can get some clothes like for a really good deal, like the hookup. This is where people be going. Oh, well, I can't tell you right now. Right now is not a good time. I'm just telling you about some of the mess and fakeness that people will come with. But yeah, you've been there to help them. Let's say they putting on some type of event. You volunteered your time. You were there for them. They needed to be drove somewhere. They wasn't feeling well. You were there. You made time for it. They just needed somebody to give them a listening ear. You was there even when they decided to cut up and lash out against you, dump on you, saying things that made no sense because they having problems in their life somewhere else along the way. But you're the type of person, you stayed silent and thought, okay, maybe they just having a bad day. But all the time, this was just a little snake that was brewing, study making their way. Then it's another little snake that's trailing along. I'm telling y'all, this is the time now. God is speaking and saying, you may have had issues going on with this person unbeknownst to you. They knew they had a problem with you. You don't know what it is about you that they was not liking, but you know that it's a light about you. You know that you're chosen. You know that God's got you, but you know that not everybody is on the up and up. You know, not everybody knows how to show respect. You know, not everybody knows how to apologize. I had one person tell me before that they intentionally like to trigger people. They intentionally like to say words to upset people. They intentionally like to withhold information. They intentionally like to see people doing bad. Let's say your house needed a little fixing and you was like, oh, okay, who did that roof for you or who did the painting for you? They intentionally want to hold that information back. Let's say you in the process of even trying to start a business. I remember one time somebody told me, you just got to pray. Just pray to God. No referrals. I cannot help you with that. Pray to God that God will direct you because what they said they had prayed to God about who could be their graphic designer. They said it was about 10,000 people they had to choose from. They was on some website. I believe in God. I know God does ordain and order our steps. But I know what the power is when you're supposed to meet a certain person, or meet a certain person that can possibly help you connect the dots along the way. People don't want to help. If you the one that's always been the one that's extending, giving a helping hand, don't change. God sees you. God is aware of your heart. Just because those people don't want to be in alignment, be in agreement, be of help, thinking you're going to have more than them, thinking your hair is going to start looking better than them, than theirs, thinking your house is going to start looking better than them, thinking you going to come up, thinking the car that you've been driving for the last, 20 years is the same car, thinking, oh no, they might get another car. Oh no, they kids might start dressing a little bit better. Oh, the kids might wind up in a different school district. People are not right. But again, do not allow that to change you because it can harden you. It can make you a bitter person. It can block your blessings. What you have to do is regroup. Let go, let God. Sometimes you got to cut people off along the way. Even Clarissa Shields was sharing her story and what she was going through with her family, trying to be of help. She said she grew up in the same household, same parents, and her sister was never, now don't quote me on this verbatim, but she just wasn't for her. She said she busy helping her raise her kids at the same time. She done named out different ones. She done bought a house for, cars for, gave money to, trying to help. She said, but for whatever reason, her sister just don't like her. And we have people like that in our own family for whatever reason. They just may not like you. People can be jealous for various reasons, not like somebody for various reasons. And sometimes it's so sad because they don't even know what the reason is. But don't allow that to block your blessing because God is knocking at everybody's door. God is knocking at everybody's heart, tugging them strings. And it's up to individuals if they want to change. I've seen some people say, I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. I don't know what I was thinking. Or some people, they'll act totally oblivious. Did I say that? Did I do that? Oh, well, I didn't mean that. You can accept their apology. You can say, okay, if they say they don't remember, it might be something you might need to apologize for. They might tell you something you need to apologize for. And don't let it be the type of person where they naming 10 different things and you know that ain't the case. It might be 10 different things that they need to apologize for. But the thing is, if we do all of this apologizing, and it's still no change being made, how does a relationship repair itself? Then a person turns right back around, does the same thing. That's when you have to have a plan to devise for yourself to protect your peace, to protect your progression in life, to protect your steps that have been ordained, to protect what are you going to do about it, and hopefully break whatever cycle that is so that's not being passed down, like embedded in your brain, to continue to accept people's junk, to accept people's filth, to accept people's garbage. Sometimes God just got to deal with them. Sometimes you honestly do have to cut strings with people. And when you cut strings, it's not about getting all hyped up and huffy puffy. It's not always about trying to check somebody because then you might wind up doing something that you might regret. Sometimes a soft answer can turn away wrath, and it's okay to just walk away. It's okay to walk away because you know what? Sometimes silence can tear a person up more so than giving them a piece of your mind and telling them off and getting yourself all hyped up, getting your blood pressure all worked up for no reason. It's a reason because of how they've done you. And God knows. Your heart felt that. Your emotions know it was wrong. You can forgive. You can let go. You can move on with your life. But again, you got to do what is best for you. But people know when they've done wrong. Then they want to come back and act like it's all good. See, that's that fakeness. That's that fakeness in them. It's a lot of haters out here. And see, they mad because you're not fake. They mad because you actually have been loyal. They're mad because they was really trying to poke at you to get a reaction. But when you blessed and God sees you and you're allowing him to do the rest for you, and you're not stuck on having to complain about different issues. And then when you do have your issues, you know where to take your issues and you know how to leave them there. You don't have to keep discussing them one thing after the next. Because, see, really, sometimes people like to see you hurt. People want to hear about your problems. People like to eat on that. People like to fester on that if they're not so busy talking about themselves, talking about their big designer bag and how they just don't believe in the fake knockoff. And that is okay. If people are talking about, oh, what they did, what they check, and look, and all the time they on their way in debt and gonna have to ask you for a loan or have to ask somebody else when the truth really comes out. But yet, if the shoe was on the other foot, now I'm not saying that you the one wearing the designer bag or the fake bag or whatever, but let's say you needed a loan just to go pay your rent. Like, we talking about necessities to keep a roof, shelter in place, not the not the non-essential stuff when you just find people that just want to brag, brag, brag to try to make you feel like, oh, I got this, I got this. And it's a shame because this stuff really still goes on. People late in the game, people late in the game, but still haven't really found out what their purpose is, because their purpose in their mind is still to aggravate, to be an agitator. But again, God is dealing with those people. Let God deal with them. And maybe one day, maybe they will come to realization, if it ain't too late, to say, look, I really am sorry. But maybe they won't. But people be knowing in their hearts. But a lot of times people can't even face people. People can't even face people when they know they've done you wrong. And then it's no fun no more because you done walked away. And now they're trying to figure it out. Well, dang, they want to have a little bit more fun as far as making you feel bad. Sometimes in this life, you cannot be afraid to walk alone. Sometimes in this life, you got to sometimes figure it out on your own. Sometimes in this life, you got to know you don't have to be that person that's always like, okay, yes, the yes person that just goes along with everything. It is okay to get to a point to tell somebody no and watch how they handle it.